Ciao Giuventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. It's Sunday and today Juventus is not playing, not because they played yesterday, no. We play tomorrow on Monday. Today we will see the Derby della Madonnina, Milan versus Inter. Really curious to see about the result. I'm hoping in a draw. Let's see, maybe a 2-2 spectacular one with a lot of wet cards. But that's not why we are here. I'm here because yesterday, when reading Tuttosport, I saw an article, se Haaland e Mbappe. If Haaland and Mbappe, this was the title. To be honest with you, these two players could come to Juve years ago. I didn't even mention it in the newspaper video because it was not really interesting for me. But then, what happened? Incredible. On social media, people were criticizing again management because we didn't buy Mbappe in 2016, but instead, 1 year later, we bought Bernardeschi, and that's why I want to do a video about it, for explaining my opinion, to give you my insight. Right or wrong, you will be the one that decides. So opening the paper, Haaland, Mbappe, maybe they could have been the players of Juventus. I due bomber che stanno strabiliando il mondo hanno entrambi sfiorato la Juve. The two strikers that are actually making sure that the world is looking them with love in the eyes could have been players of Juve. Gli affari sfumarono anche perché le strategie dell'epoca erano meno incentrate sui giovanissimi. Oggi forse le cose andrebbero in modo diverso. The two transactions, Haaland and Mbappe, they didn't go through also because in the past the strategies of the club Juventus were not really focused on the young players. Probably today it would have been really different. These are the small letters, actually the under title of the article. Until there, nothing really crazy, okay? Juventus missed on two players that could have been, like for example Cristiano Ronaldo when he was playing in Sporting Portugal just before going into Manchester. For the people that knows or doesn't know, I will repeat the story. Cristiano Ronaldo was followed by Juventus really closely, was about to join Juventus before becoming CR7, and in the deal we had Salas, a player of Juventus that was about to go there. But Salas at the end, at the last minute, he said, no, I don't want to go there, so I remain here at Juve. At the end, he went to another club, and that makes that Cristiano Ronaldo couldn't join Juventus. He went to Manchester United, and we know the story said that he came in 2018. But let's focus on the two players. Did Juventus miss two world-class players? Absolutely yes, because nobody can deny today that these two players are phenomenal, and they will probably be the successor of Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. Probably not at the same level, different players, but probably in the next 10-15 years, these two young players will be the top, dividing Ballon d'Ors on Ballon d'Ors on Ballon d'Or. PSG was able to take Mbappe. Dortmund at the moment was able to take Holland. How long? I don't know. Probably they will one day switch club, but at the moment these two clubs won over everyone. So if we go back, did Juventus make a mistake? What are the facts? Because I saw so many hate. Juventus, the management, blah 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 blah. How can you not spend 50 million euro on Mbappe in 2016 and 1 year later in 2017 go all in for a certain young boy, Italian boy called Federico Bernardeschi, that today probably, and you are right, is not performing and is probably, no, not probably, it's a fact, is really miles away from Kylian Mbappe. I will tell you the facts, at least the facts are really important and more important than the story that we read everywhere. So what happened? What's written in Tuttosport? Because for me, it's not even Tuttosport that is wrong. Tuttosport said nothing really major or wrong. What happened is that in 2016, Giorgio Chiellini, captain of Juventus today, said to Paratici after seeing a game of Monaco, he said, Paratici, Fabio, who is that guy? That guy is a phenomenal, speaking about a really young Kylian Mbappe, where Fabio Paratici answered, we are following him since so long time, we know him really well. A few months later, Fabio Paratici tried to buy, or at least to approach Monaco to buy the player, where they asked 50 million euro. 50 million euro today in 2021, when we see the potential and actually the facts how Kylian Mbappe is playing with all the goals and so on, it's really cheap, it's really a really great affair. But back then, I will tell you the stats. Kylian Mbappe, how many games and how many goals did he score with Monaco? It's really simple. At the end of 2016, he played with big teams, 14 games, 1-4, scoring 1 goal divided by 11 games in Liga, the major league of France, then 1 game in Coupe de France, 1 game in Coupe de la Ligue, and 1 game in Europa League, where he was able to do an assist. Also another assist in Liga, so 2 assists, 1 goal, 14 games in total for Kylian Mbappe. 50 million, to be really honest, is out of mind. Out of mind for every club that is thinking that is a bit sane and also checking also the finance. So I don't believe that any club in the world would at that time be able to buy a player that was really young, where it was a big risk to spend 50 million euro at that time. So Juventus, according to me, at that time did really the right choice. I want to buy Kylian Mbappe, I know who is, but if you are asking me 50 million euro, I would not do it, because it's a big risk for a really young player that never proved anything at the moment. Great prospect, absolutely yes. Will he be a star? It's possible, but we don't know. Instead, what happened 1 year later, we bought Federico Bernardeschi for 14 million euros, 40. And if you look at the stats, when we bought him, the guy already played 93 games with the big teams, scoring 23 times and doing 11 assists. If you take away the last season before we bought him and you compare the same moment as Kylian Mbappe, where we asked for it and they asked 50 million, Federico Bernardeschi already played 51 games with 9 goals and 7 assists between Serie A, where he played 40 games, and 10 games in Europa League, and then a few games in Coppa Italia, like that. So Federico Bernardeschi at that moment had a value when we bought him of 30 million euro. We offered 40 and we sealed the deal. And then Bernardeschi, the story of Bernardeschi at Juventus is really well known. What about Kylian Mbappe? When we tried to buy him, when the club Monaco asked for 50 million, you can see in the graph that Kylian Mbappe had a value really near to €0. So it was a big investment. So now, to recap a bit my thoughts about Kylian Mbappe and Bernardeschi, and then I will give you a few words about Holland. Juventus did really well at the time, because nobody sane in mind would have spent 50 million euro for a player that had a value near to 0, that never had proven anything. And then what happened is 1 year later, after Mbappe started to play more regularly with Monaco and did really more games and scored, I believe, 11 more goals, PSG came and asked him on loan because the price was really high. They didn't want to take the risk. They took him on loan with an obligation to buy. The price at the moment was 145 million euro. So even PSG, that had a lot of money at that time, they didn't went all in to buy him for 50 million or maybe a bit more. They took him on loan, not taking the risk, paying a big fee, 3 times what they asked originally, 150 million. Mbappe is doing well at PSG. Probably his value is already paid back in terms of marketing, in terms of goals that he scored and importance of the player at PSG, and also his value today is at 180 million. So probably they will even win in profit with Kylian Mbappe when they will sell him. Great affair from PSG, but at that time I will absolutely not blame Juventus, because they did the right choice, taking Federico Bernardeschi. Then sometimes you're lucky, sometimes you are unlucky. What about Haaland? Haaland was also followed by Juventus. They even invited him to see the training camp. He also assisted at one game. He had the hat of Juventus on his head. He loved Juventus. Also, the contact with Mino Raiola were good, but then Juventus didn't believe 100% in him because they said, okay, you will be in a transition between the first team and the under 23, but your priority will be the under 23 at least 1 year. We had strikers like Higuain at the time. Juventus did a mistake. Mistakes happen, absolutely yes, but then the final decision was to Holland, the Holland that preferred to go to Leipzig. Why? Because Holland, in his head, he wanted to be a starter. A starter was impossible at Juve because Leipzig is not Juve. So in a way, it makes sense that Juventus couldn't promise him a starting position, but yes, we failed. We could have tried to have another project for him. We didn't at the time. Can we blame the management? Partially, yes. For Kylian Mbappe, absolutely no. For Haaland, partially yes. Partially yes, because we knew that he was already a becoming phenomenal. This was it for me, guys. I will leave you. I will follow Derby della Madonnina, Milan versus Inter. Let's hope again in a 0-0, 1-1, 2-2, 3-3, 4-4, 5-5 in a beautiful draw. If really I have to choose for one, I prefer Milan than Inter. Always, always, always. It is what it is. If you like the video, don't forget subscribe to the channel and put a maximum of like. As always, Forza Juve.